Our landscape shapes how we look at life, a reality that shifts with our seasons. Life can look dormant, frozen. This is my sister-in-law, Margaret. She is in the winter of her landscape, still beautiful, but we've lost the ability to communicate in the quick words and laughter that marked 30 years of our friendship. Margaret's vocal cords, like the rest of her muscles, are paralyzed by multiple system atrophy. She can no longer speak, but she has a story to tell. We'll do this interview through a combination of an iPad, her husband's translation, and the knowing that comes from decades of relationship. Mark's husband Ben and my husband Vern are brothers. We began married life on the old homestead next to Ben's farm, but we soon moved to the city. Ben settled in for a family farm. I could never have imagined I'd be coming back to this familiar lane to report on an issue facing Canada, euthanasia, and how do you live when quality of life is lost? Persistence is stock equipment for farmers like Ben and Margaret. Eventually, it was the doctor closest to home who brought the bad news: a neurological degenerative disease, multiple system atrophy. They looked tirelessly for a cure.
We went all through going to Mayo and through the stem cell thing, thinking that, somehow we are going to be able to find something. The doctors are going to be able to do something. When we go to the movement center in Winnipeg, when a doctor says, oh, well, how are you doing, or whatever, and this, and then, okay, go home, and is there something you can do? No, we don't know anything. Like, that's frustrating because we want to be in control. We want to take a pill or take something that will fix it. In most cases, it is. But in this case, what we found out, there's nothing you can do.
4 years after that diagnosis, Marg's independence is only a memory. She's been an ambitious woman with a zest for the outdoors, holidays with the kids and Ben, the open ride of her motorcycle, and most of all, love for her family.
I've missed talking with her. She always gave me a hug if I needed help with anything, or I needed just a lending ear. I just miss her talking and being able to hold my kids. I was looking forward to Mom being the grandma that I know she always wanted to be.
Marg was determined to live to see those grandchildren. Family holidays were adjusted. But those times are now gone. Keeping upright is just too hard a battle. Ben and Marg's wheels have been traded from the Harley to a golf cart. 2 strong sons have dropped their independence too and come back home.
Jared was at school in Saskatchewan, and I was over playing hockey in Sweden, and Dad and Mom kind of needed a little more help at home and that, so came home here instead and tried to be around wherever there needs to be help.
I think we're more kind of to help support Dad, and he's more of the nursing. Like, he helps Mom the most and stuff, but I think we're there to help him out when we need to and kind of make sure that he's still staying strong through it all.
So you're running his farm, really?
Wow. I don't know if he wants to.
I think he's still pulling the strings.
College is on hold. A different education is underway.
Seeing how Mom has through this disease, she never complains about anything, and how she's always thinking about us more than herself, and you see that, and it gives you that appreciation for what they do, and also just that it isn't all about ourselves type of a thing, like career building, that like you can get caught up thinking, well, where am I going to be or what of that, but I think it's definitely learning how to put others before yourself, and the example that they've shown is probably the biggest thing that I've gained out of it in that way.
Just looking at the way Dad's been with Mom, it's really been an inspiration for how I want to live my life, and just the example he's been.
daughter Carla has flipped the age-old question of why God allows suffering.
Why does God allow so much goodness? And so that's been something that I've tried to do and tried to think about when it gets tough with Mom and it's sad and we think about all the things that we've lost. I think of all the good things that we have. How my brothers are at home and we're able to be together and our family.
Well, it really works. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Well, I don't remember.
My mom can have a relationship with my kids. It's not the same as what I wanted, but she's able to be with my kids. She's able to hold both of them when they're still.
Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Where's Grandma?
Where's the header?
Right there.
Where? You point to it.
There.
Where's the auger?
A new normal is also good.
There's lots of sad times, but Marg is always upbeat, and I think that's the biggest thing. I tend to be more emotional than she does, and I don't know where she gains that courage or that acceptance, but you know, it makes it easier, much easier.
Marg was always the cook in charge, and they still need Marg's sharp mind to move her eyes to where a seldom used utensil has been tucked away.
Oh, no way, not again. I can't believe it.
I tell you, she knows.
The Lord is good and that He has a plan, and we don't know what the outcome it is, but knowing that His plans are greater than what we could ever imagine or even think. And so just trusting Him and growing in the joy that there is in knowing that life is more than just about kind of comfort and wealth and good things like that. The Lord may bless us with that, but He may call us to a different type of life as well, and just yeah, the joy that comes in salvation from Him, and that's the thing that we can focus on, and the joy that we have, not in our circumstances right now.
We're navigating this road right now, but I guess the chances are that every one of us will go through this at one time of our life. Like, you know, I mean, the chances of husband or wife or, you know, we're all family leaving at one time. Like, you know, it's a, we're just doing it now, which we think is, well, I don't think, I know it's way too soon, but I guess it's something that everybody's gonna have to do, you know, like it or not.
The roadmap for this family is their Christian faith.
Probably count on my hand, since we've been married, at times we haven't, you know, prayed together at night, although now it's getting easier because I don't understand Marg and I can't hear her. So I say, "Are you done?" She says, "Yeah." You know, and personally for me, and I don't know for her, it's a big thing, but that's the part that I miss the most. I miss Marg's voice.
A weekly trip to their country church is still a highlight. The hope of heaven anchors Margaret. She has thought a lot, and euthanasia is not a choice she would make.
And God has a plan for you, right? Or for us?
For Margaret, God's plan is that her frozen life gives life to others. Ben reads from Marg's iPad.
Ben and my kids' love for me helped me face tomorrow. And I mean, I know, or we know, that it's uncertain, and I guess we like to say we and the kids don't have fears. You know, that would be really, you know, wouldn't be right. We do, but right now we love each other and put our trust in a God who has made us and promised to be with us. And I guess that's, I think you said you've always said that's what keeps you, you know, going, is that trust and that hope.
Humanly, we have to say goodbye to someone for them to enter into that. But I'm so excited for that, that healing. And I know that as difficult as this is, I just can't imagine going through all of this and not having that hope or that assurance that my mom is going to be made whole when she sees Jesus, and she's going to be able to run her marathons, and she's going to be able to, I don't know if there's some farm there, she's going to be on the top of the bins and running around and doing everything all over again, and that just makes it a little easier.